let's learn about the post-Rigvedic period, or it is also called as later Rigvedic period. The post-Rigvedic period, that is Samaveda, then Yajurveda, and Atharvana Veda, these names are taken after the three priests. We'll know about them now. Samaveda, this is the book of melodies. Samaveda is the book of melodies. And the name of the Samaveda was taken from the priest called Saman. The Samaveda name is been derived by the priest called Saman. And the mantras of the Samaveda is called as Udgatri. Remember, the mantras which are in Samaveda are called as Udgatri. Now let's learn about Yajurveda. Let's learn about Yajurveda, that is third type of Veda. Yajurveda is book of sacrifices and warfare. Yajurveda is a book of sacrifices and warfare. See how different it is. This is the Samaveda is book of the melodies and Yajurveda is book of sacrifices and warfare. Yajurveda name is been derived from the priest Advaryu. The priest called Advaryu. This name is derived by the priest name, that is Advaryu. Okay, the text. There are two texts of Yajurveda. Those are Black Yajurveda and White Yajurveda. There are two texts which is called as Black Yajurveda, which is called as Krishna, and White Yajurveda, which is called as Shukla. Black Yajurveda explains you about reciting of mantras. What does Black Yajurveda explain? Black Yajurveda explains about the reciting of mantras, and White Yajurveda tells you about the only mantras. Black Yajurveda tells you about reciting of mantras. White Yajurveda tells you about just mantras. Okay, let's learn about the fourth type of Veda. Those are Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda, the Atharva name is derived by the priest of fire, Angira. Atharva is derived from the name of priest of fire, that is called as, he is called as Angira. Atharva Veda is similar to Rig Veda. When you compare Rig Veda, we have already learned Rig Veda, right? Atharva Veda is kind of similar to Rig Veda because many of the concepts have been taken from the 10th mandala of Rig Veda. Atharvana Veda is taken from the 10th mandala of Rig Veda. Many of the contents you can find from the Rig Veda. Students, now let's learn about the social system of post-Rigvedic period. That is how the society was, the people and their interests. Okay. The four Varnas got importance. Which are the four Varnas? Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras got their importance. Whatever work they were supposed to do, it was segregated. Let me tell you how. Brahmanas, the first type of Varnas, they used to accept gifts for the performance of the rituals, the yagas, yajnas, whatever they used to perform, they used to get gifts in return, and they used to own lands because they were given more importance. The people used to donate land to them, so they used to own lands. The position was the greatest in the society. Brahmanas had the greatest position in the society. Now let's learn about Kshatriyas. Students, Kshatriyas were the trained people in archery. Kshatriyas were considered to work this way. They were trained in archery and wars with the help of chariots. They were trained this way. Now let's learn about Vaishyas, that is third type of Varna. Vaishyas were supposed to give gifts to other two Varnas. Vaishyas were supposed to give gifts to other two Varnas because the rituals they were not supposed to perform. The rituals were supposed to perform by the Brahmanas, so they used to give gifts in return for the performance of the ritual. They were not even allowed to come near yajnas. Okay, these Vaishyas were exploited by the first two Varnas. Vaishyas were exploited by the first two Varnas. Now let's learn about the fourth Varna, that is Shudras. The secret priests who used to perform the rituals were not even supposed to see these because they were considered as a bad luck during those times. Not allowed to perform yajnas. These were not allowed to perform yajnas, not even allowed to come near yajnas. Nishada and Chandala. Nishada and Chandala were the two tribes belonging to Shudra Varna. Those were considered as untouchable during those times. Students, now let's learn about the status of women. We learn about the status of women, how the status of women was different from men. We learn about it. wasn't practiced. No performance of child marriage was in practice during those times. And widow, that is a woman who is married, if husband dies, she could get married again. She could get married again. So these were the social status of women. Okay. Now let's learn about the economic system of those times. People migrated from this place to other because there was scarcity of water. There was scarcity of water in the river Satluj and Yamuna. That's why the people migrated to from Sindhu river till the Ganga river. So they migrated. The reason was there was scarcity of water. As I mentioned in the first class, very much importance is given to water. For survival of human stream, we need water for the survival. They burnt forests with the help of fire. They burnt the place with the help of fire and made that land as an agricultural plot for the cultivation purpose. Iron axes were used for the cutting of wood or the trees. Here 6 to 8 oxen are here. Reference in Atharva Veda is given of 6 to 8 oxen which are used to plow the land, which is found in Atharva Veda, and 12 oxen are used to plow the land, which is referred in Yajurveda. Remember, 6 to 8 oxen which is used to plow the land in Atharva Veda it is referred, and 12 oxen which is used to plow the land in Yajurveda. Students, now let's learn about Biyatras. Biyatras are the people who are not indulged in agricultural deeds or who do not cultivate the crops, who are not indulged in agricultural deeds are called as Biyatras. The people who are not indulged in agricultural deeds. Okay. Now let's learn about the political system of post-Rigvedic period. Southeast geographical area was the final stage of later Rigvedic period. Southeast geographical area which are final stage of Rigvedic period. Kuru, Panchala, Vasha and Kushina settled here. Kuru, Panchala, Vasha and Kushina settled here, and Koshala and Videha in eastern parts they settled. Tribes like Anga lived in East Bihar. Remember, tribes of Anga lived in East Bihar and tribes of Magad lived in Central Bihar. Tribes of Anga lived in East Bihar and tribes of Magad lived in Central Bihar. These tribes were the enemies of sages. These tribes were considered as the enemies of sages or hermits. Kundras and Andhras were the tribes which were considered as untouchable. Kundras and Andhras were the tribes which were considered as untouchable. Atharvana Veda describes as the king as form of God. They believe whoever rules the common people or all are the human form of God. That's why Atharva Veda describes king as the form of God. There were few yagas, 3 types of yagas which was performed during those times. That is Rajasuya Yaga, Ashwamedha Yaga, Sarvamedha Yaga. Rajasuya Yaga is a yaga performed during the coronation of the king. When the king comes to the throne, when he is crowned, that time Rajasuya Yaga is being performed. Ashwamedha Yaga is done with the help of horse. The horse is let loose. It goes to conquer the entire places and comes back. After that, Ashwamedha Yaga is being performed. The horse which is let loose should be of a specific type, or it should be unique. So these type of horses are let loose and it conquers the entire position and comes back, and then the Ashwamedha Yaga is being performed. Then the last yaga is Sarvamedha Yaga. Sarvamedha Yaga is performed to attain all kind of achievements. Sarvamedha Yaga is performed to attain all kind of achievements. Now let's learn about the religious system of post-Rigvedic period. Students, Vishnu or God Vishnu or God Rudra gained importance during this time. Before they did not have much importance. So Vishnu or Rudra gained importance during this time. Rudra means God Shiva. No direct reference of incarnation is found in the post-Rigvedic period. There is no direct references which we can learn regarding incarnations or avatars. Everything happens, whatever is happening whatever is happening now is result of yagnas which was performed during those days. In Upanishads, new concepts have been added. In Upanishads, new concepts have been added, that is about karma. Karma is what you do, what is what you get. Karma is what you do, is what you get. That means if you have done something good, good will come back to you. If you are doing something bad to somebody or something, you will get bad in return. And rebirth of the soul. After the death of a human, the soul goes out and then it is taking rebirth.